AJ and Shinsuke comes really close to this, but I honestly say this will beat that, just purely because you know that between AJ and Shinsuke, nothing too risque is going to happen. You know, like maybe they'll go through a table, maybe this happens, maybe that happens. But with this match, like anything could have happened. Velveteen could have taken a chair and smashed him with it and lost. Like anything could have happened. It was so heated and it was so back and forth. And for me, it beats every match tonight after, besides maybe that one match. But they're the words.
Come on, Joe.
Developmental.
Got a limited amount of time here.
Yeah, they're developmental. They're developmental.
They're not, though. They're really not.
But
Ricochet's been wrestling for like 10 years.
But what I'm saying is they call NXT I can't say the word.
All right, just all right.
They're the guys that need work.
They're the AAA of WWE, all right?
But they're really not. Everyone knows they're the A performers.
They're just better. That's what it is.
Let's move on to you got anything else, Joe, or no?
No, that's it.
NXT Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler defeated Nikki Cross via submission to retain the title. I've been liking Shayna Baszler from what I've seen. I think she's awesome.
A very good heel right now. She's
realistic, man.
She's getting better every match, and pretty much like every time she has an NXT appearance on the show every Wednesday night. And definitely, she's something that WWE is definitely looking forward to.
She'll be money on the main roster. I think, you team her up with a Ronda, do a babyface Ronda versus a heel Baszler. I think that's money right there.
Yeah, and then obviously with Nikki Cross, I like the moments in the match. Obviously, she's hilarious with the stuff she does and how crazy she is. I like how right before she got put to sleep, she smiled, pretty much accepting her loss. But at the same time, the only thing I question is how are you smiling before you're going to pass out? I feel like
people are into
crazy.
That stuff.
I mean, yeah, because she's crazy.
That's her whole thing. She started the match saying, "Do it. Do it."
Yeah,
she was like,
I know.
Choke me. It's
but either way, this was it was still a good match, but it was the worst one on the card, I think, but it was still a good match. I'm not saying it was a bad match.
To say a good match is the worst match.
It shows something. That's my point.
And this wasn't one of the all-time great NXT takeovers, right?
No.
There's been plenty of better shows, but it's still solid. Everything's solid because they know they're only on 6-7 times a year on the main. I don't watch NXT on Wednesdays. I watch these, and they know the casual wrestling fan is going to watch this. This is their moment to shine. Normally they perform, in the Full Sail Arena, which is 1,000 people. Not even close to that, right?
Not even.
So
probably maybe 250.
This is when they get to perform
300.
in front of the same arena that the main guys get to go on. Yeah. So they thrive in these moments. Let's move to the NXT Championship match. Aleister Black defeated Lars Sullivan via pinfall to retain the title. I mean, we kind of all expected Aleister Black to retain this. I mentioned to Dom and Joe, I'm not the biggest Aleister Black fan. I think he's fine. Just from what I've seen a few botches here and there, but he's definitely super athletic. And Lars Sullivan's a real strong guy. He caught Aleister Black like it was nothing, man. Like he was a cruiserweight.
Yeah,
some good stuff between these two.
It was definitely cool. Lars Sullivan. Again, a lot of people were upset by the opponent, but again, this is NXT. They are supposed to develop stars and make them into something. That's the point. Everyone's got to have their shot.
That's the word I was looking for.
Just like Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. Again, not everyone was happy with the them getting the chance, but again, you have to give everybody a shot. That's the point of NXT.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a good match. Aleister Black, it makes him a little stronger, obviously, because he beat such a big man, and I'm excited to see who's going to be next for him in Brooklyn.
Pretty bad botch though from Aleister Black.
Yeah, it's just insane how he made that noise made. He totally missed him.
Look, I will say this: he missed. But at the same time, Lars Sullivan, if he missed, he should have just
not sold it.
He should have not. Yeah,
but
there's a lot of those.
Was made. Basically, he went for a kick. You kind of hit your leg to make the sound.
It's the same way where at the Greatest Royal Rumble, Jeff Hardy totally missed Jinder Mahal, and Mahal still fell.
That was much worse.
Yeah,
the Jeff Hardy Jinder Mahal thing was much worse than this.
You still you need to try to sell it.
It's just tough with the sound. I think if there was no sound made, he would, maybe altered his selling and just said, I didn't get hit. But besides that, I thought they brought it. I thought a couple of his other kicks didn't really land too well. That's a tough thing with a kick, though. It's not a punch. It's hard to, connect with those spinning kicks. But let's move on to the main event. Tommaso Ciampa defeated Johnny Gargano via pinfall. This was awesome. This was awesome. The match. This is the feud of the decade, in my opinion.
The spots in it and the fact that it's going to continue on the NXT Takeover Brooklyn. The fact that
it, do you think, though?
Oh, 100%.
They have to have a rubber match.
They're going to have, and then honestly, it's probably going to lead to Ciampa winning because I think Gargano is going to eventually get called up after, that will happen. But again, we'll get into that more as the summer goes along.
What do you think they fight in? They did the street fight.
Well,
what's next for these two?
I personally think...
Cage match? Steel cage?
I put this on my dream card because if we have time, we're going to get to it. We could have made a NXT Takeover Brooklyn Dream card. I'm hoping to see an I Quit match or Hell in a Cell. I think that would be perfect. One of those.
I like Hell in a Cell. It brings it to that next level. I don't know if WWE...
Plus, I don't think you've seen really a Hell in a Cell in NXT except for like War Games, but at the same time, that's not a Hell in a Cell.
No, it's not Hell in a Cell. The only problem I have with this, and I talked about it on Facebook, this feud needs blood. As sick as that sounds,
but there's been blood. You haven't been watching the...
Not enough blood.
There hasn't been enough
what blood did they use? What blood did they do?
But you haven't seen, again, you don't really watch on Wednesday.
I don't. What blood did they do?
Ciampa's head got cut open.
Yeah, but
for real.
No, yeah.
That was real.
It was for real.
I'm saying I want razor blade,
come on.
No, he wants, what Triple H did in, the 2001 Royal Rumble, where he just straight up went and cut his forehead open. And then Mick Foley punched it a couple times.
2000 Royal Rumble.
2000. And just blood everywhere.
Yeah, and I think, you don't need blood back in the day when they did it every, 2 or 3 matches. I think
I know
in
what
a
you
feud
mean.
like this, when these guys are trying to kill each other, you
need
if you have blood, especially in a steel cage match, or if they're using weapons or Hell in a Cell, it would just add such a big, different dynamic. Mm-hmm. And this is a WWE Network exclusive show, NXT. I don't see the reason why this can't be TV 14. I don't want it to be the Attitude Era. I don't want them to be hoes and drug references or blood in every match. But I think if you add blood every once in a while, it just adds a great visual. It makes it, seem more realistic. If you watch boxing, if you watch UFC, there's blood in everything. If you watch a real fight, there's blood in everything. So I think this feud, above all, needs blood. But besides that, these guys, the punches. You watch the punches that Gargano throws, he's knocking Ciampa right in the face. They have such trust with one another.
One moment I want to talk about before we move on is that when he took off Johnny Gargano's wedding ring, obviously it wasn't his actual wedding ring, but he just straight up spits on it and throws it into the crowd. I think that's something that I
want to know who found that ring.
Yeah. I think we could talk about this match for a long time because, again, like I said,
many moments.
We all have been watching wrestling for a different amount of time, and to me, this is the best wrestling. These two, and I don't even watch the NXT television show, but whenever I see these guys, just in the ring, they're really good. I don't know how good Gargano is on the microphone. From what I saw, during the promo, it was a bit cringeworthy at times. I think Ciampa's the much better, talker of the two.
Yeah,
right?
No, but Gargano is still...
He's very likable.
He's still good, though.
He's very likable. It's a very cringeworthy moment with Gargano's fiancée. Mm-hmm. Kick his ass.
Oh, yeah.
That was really cringeworthy, but whatever. The crowd ate it up. The crowd ate it up. Again, this match, nobody expected Gargano to lose this, especially, towards the end when he was just dominating. He could have won, but the great reversal into the DDT onto the exposed
and the way they did it,
that was crazy, man.
It shows that there's going to definitely be another match because, the officiating got involved and all the guys in the suits, and that kind of messed up with Johnny Gargano, so there's definitely going to be
And can I just say, too,
match.
I haven't seen a non-finisher DDT end a match in a long time. But
the reason why it did, though, is because
I know. But what I'm saying is we haven't seen someone hit it's just a DDT and it's over.
Yeah, no, you're right.
On the exposed mat or anything.
Well, Bobby Roode's finisher was the DDT, right?
Yeah, well, I'm saying, but not a finisher.
Okay.
Just they say, a DDT, and then it's over.
Yeah, well, it's funny because the DDT was the most lethal wrestling move. Jake the Snake Roberts, invented it, and then it's kind of just a throwaway move at this point.
Mm-hmm. Right, so that's what I'm saying. We haven't seen that used as a straight-up showstopper in a long time.
I thought, these guys, again, there's really... I don't think it was as good as their last NXT TakeOver match, but I thought it was just really, really well done.
Yeah.
And there's more to come.
Yeah, there is. And then really quick also, I just want to mention just some stuff that's going on. The rumor mills are going crazy because Triple H is fielding a lot of like press for the UK Championship, and he said that he would be okay making deals with other promotions, with like New Japan, to maybe bring some talent in if the deal is right. There's a lot of like misinterpretation, or whatever the word is, misinterpretation with it. Everyone's saying different things, but basically saying is if it's a good deal, I'll do it. And they've been saying a lot of things. This is the first time they mentioned the IWGP Championship when Xavier Woods and Kenny Omega played like video games at E3. They tagged him in it. They straight up said the IWGP champion at Kenny Omega.
Yeah, Kenny Omega's been mentioned on Pritchard's show from time to time as well.
Yeah.
They did a whole show on Bruce Pritchard's WWE Network show, Something Else to Wrestle With, on TNA. The whole show was about AJ Styles in TNA. How crazy is that?
It's insane.
And they had footage that they borrowed from TNA.
On the WWE 24 for the Hardys, they were using TNA footage. You know, and it even says on the bottom, like, Impact Wrestling footage.
Because they know that it's not a competition anymore. It's not like WCW in the 90s. There's literally nobody knows what TNA is.
Right. So the big thing is just like, you know, what matches would Triple H be like willing to make a deal with? Obviously, they want Kenny Omega. This guy has put on the best match of a lifetime, they're saying. Every match is methodical and insane. Chris Jericho said his finisher literally put him out for like a week. Yeah. Chris Jericho said, I couldn't walk right for a week taking a one-winged angel.
I mean, Omega is the biggest free agent. And speaking of free agent, Keith Lee made his first NXT appearance as a fan at TakeOver. Did they say former WWE champion? I swear the announcer said that.
Possibly. I didn't hear that, though, but...
Give him a break. I'm excited
to see what he's going to do.
Give him a break.
I mean, again, we have so much to talk about, but we got to head on out of here in just a bit. Next week, we're going to be... listen, we've been all over the place with this. We're going to do WrestleMania 12, but we're going to do WrestleMania 19. Dom watched it. I've seen it 100 times. Joe, I don't know if
I'm going to watch it.
Joe's going to watch it, so we're going to be going over WrestleMania 19 next week on the show.
Can I real quickly just shoot out my Brooklyn Dream card?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. I quit her Hell in a Cell match. Yeah, Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. I think Bianca will be turning face soon because her character can still work as a face, and she's the best competitor for her right now. There's no other better person. EC3 versus Aleister Black for the NXT Championship.
Yeah.
The Mighty, which was TM61, but they changed the name to the Mighty versus War Raiders versus Undisputed Era for the NXT Tag Team Championships. And a ladder match, Velveteen Dream versus Ricochet versus Keith Lee versus Adam Cole for the NXT North American Championship.